In today's video, we're going to be talking about the things that are important to know when you're planning on becoming a first-time home buyer. In separate videos, I'm going to be talking about investment property, second home, relocation, you name it. Everything has a different strategy. But today, we're going to concentrate in first-time home buyers. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Gerardo Andrade, and I'm a real estate agent here in North Carolina. And I decided to make these videos because people keep asking me different things about real estate, and I find myself explaining the same thing over and over. So I figure I'll make an informational video on each topic. Now, if you are planning on becoming a first-time home buyer, first thing you need to do is figure out what is it that you want. So there are different features you need to know, like how big is going to be the house, where is it going to be located, what kind of school I want if I had kids, or any other thing that's important to you. I've had clients that what they're worried about is whether there is an HOA, which is sometimes important depending on their type of work. HOAs have restrictions on the kind of activities you can do in your property, including parking and all kinds of things. So you need to know what is it that you're looking for. Then you need to figure out, can you afford it? So you need to do the math and try to see which type of lending do I need, or any. If you need any, you might not need any lending. You might just start by buying whatever you can afford. But it's important to figure out how to pay for that property and whether you can afford it or not. Now, there are different strategies, and I can always give you my advice on the specific situation, but for the purpose of this video, I just want you to understand what's important. Then, of course, you need to, if you figure out how to afford it, what kind of property you're looking for, then you need to start the hunt. And for that, you're going to need somebody that's an expert on that market. So if it is in North Carolina, the eastern part of North Carolina, I can help you personally. But if it's elsewhere, I can always recommend you to work with one of the agents in my network that have been vetted to make sure they're good agents and that they know their market and they can help you find a good deal. Once you find a property that you think checks all the boxes for you, then you need to do showings and actually go in person and look at them. I don't recommend virtual showings. Sometimes that's a solution, but I would say just go take a look at it and see if you really like it. And if you do, then work with your agent to put together an offer that's as beneficial as possible to you and your pocket. Then after that, if you are able to secure a contract, in North Carolina, you get what's called a due diligence period. And that's a period of time for you to review everything about that property, to investigate the property. You can do inspections, you can drive around the neighborhood, see if you like the neighborhood at different types, different times of the day, different days, weekday versus weekend, and then you investigate the property. Is there anything going on around? Is a highway being built right next to it? Is there utilities in place? That kind of thing. So you have time to investigate your property and decide, is it the right property for me? Of course, you need the help of an expert on that so that you know what to look for. And once you do that, then the due diligence period is over. Now you need to concentrate making sure that you get clean title for that property. So when the title conveys to you is clean title, and that means no one else is going to have a claim on that title. You don't want any surprises where somebody else comes after the fact and tells you that they own a certain fractional ownership of that property. So that's why you need a good closing attorney that makes sure you have a clean title. And of course, they don't know 100%, but they have a pretty good idea of the title chain of that property. And by doing that, you can get something called title insurance, which is a way to protect your interest in the event that somebody comes along and has a claim on your property. But because you've done it right, now you have insurance against it. And then, of course, after all that's done, then closing day comes in. You do what you need to do, transfer money to the closing attorney. That's the way it works here in North Carolina. And by the way, if you're in a different state, then let me know and I can put you in contact with an expert agent in your market so that they can explain to you how it works there. It might work differently on each state, but I'm talking about the way it works here in North Carolina. So then you transfer the money to the closing attorney. The closing attorney is going to set up the closing, and once everything is done, it's going to be registered in your name, and what they call, it's going to be recorded in the county so that it's officially your property. So at that point is when you get the key, and then you get to enjoy your new home. Follow me for separate videos on second home, vacation home, investing properties, commercial properties, and much more. Thank you very much.